Welcome, my beautiful people, to the Dan Kitchen. Guess what, guys? We are doing Easter Spice Bun today. So let us begin. 1 cup of raisin. This is a spice bun, so we don't need any mixed peel in it, right? So 1 cup of raisin. Here is a flour. It's gonna be 3 cups of flour. This is 2 cups. I'm gonna put 1 more cup with it. 1 egg. 2 cups of sugar. But I am using just 1/2 cup for my purpose. The thing about it, when you're making your own bun, you can use your whatever proportion of sugar you want to use in it. But basically the recipe called for 2 cups of sugar. So this is 2 cup of sugar, 3 teaspoons of baking powder. If you're not using the all-purpose flour, then you use 3 teaspoons of baking powder. But I am using all-purpose flour. So all I need is just 1 teaspoon of the baking powder and 1 teaspoon of the baking soda. The same thing, if you're using the natural flour, not all-purpose, then you use 3 teaspoons of baking powder and you use 1 teaspoon of baking soda. 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon powder. 1/2 teaspoon of ground allspice. 1/2 teaspoon of Grate Nutmeg. 1/4 teaspoon salt. And the reason I'm just using a little portion of the ground spice. If you don't have the ground spice, you can use 1 teaspoon of the cinnamon powder. But I have both, so that's the reason I'm just using 1/2 and 1/2. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. 1 tablespoon of browning. Cup of milk. And the milk I'm using, it's the almond milk. Almond breeze, unsweetened milk. You can always use your old milk. You can use whatever milk. Also, I have some melted butter. 1 ounce of melted butter. I am topping like 3 cherries on top because this is a spice bun. And for the glaze, I will be using 1 tablespoon of honey. The honey, 1 tablespoon of honey, and 1 tablespoon of dark sugar to make the glaze to put on the bun. You want to have your baking tin. This is a 9-inch baking tin. You grease it with butter or oil, and then you lined it with wax paper. I'm just gonna put the vanilla with the browning so I can have some space. Get my milk out the way. So the first thing you want to do, guys, you're going to combine all your dry ingredients. And it's always good for you to save all your stuff. It's really good. You get rid of all the lumps and you make whatever you're baking become very light. And let me get next half cup of flour. So this is the next 1 cup of flour. This is 2 cups. All of this is 2 cups. So 1 cup would be half. So I put 1 more cup of flour in. And you just want to sieve all of this. In the meantime, guys, you want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. You see why it's really important for you to sieve all these lumps. You see, it's always important for you to sieve. And you want to mix everything. You sieve, you want to mix it around, combine it all together. For the raisin, see, you just want to pour it in the flour. You put some inside the flour. So when you do this, it won't sink. All of them won't sink to the bottom. You will have raisin floating all over, left, right, and center. So my beautiful people, we're making Easter bun. Spice Easter bun. And please remember to like, share, and subscribe. So we're going to set this aside, put up the rest of the raisin. Let's put this aside. And now we're going to go in with our wet ingredient. You're going to break the egg, guys, as I always said in all my videos. Ensure you remove the ice. I always said it. This thing here is sitting right on the yolk of the egg. See this white thing there? Just remove it, please. If you don't remove this thing, oh my gosh, your cake will be so raw, or your bun, whatever you're baking. So just ensure you always remove it. And then you're gonna whip the egg. You're gonna pour in your milk, 1.5 cup of milk. You're browning the vanilla. Also the butter, 1 ounce of melted butter. Just gonna mix this around and pour your other stuff in that, the remaining of the raisin in it. Also, you're just gonna pour the sugar in. And as you can see, I'm using the very fine dark sugar, the really fine. If you're using a bigger grain of sugar, then you can always combine it with the liquid and mix it around. You want to make a well. And now, guys, it's time for us to pour. We're gonna pour. your liquid in. You don't want to do this one time, you want to do it gradually. And you're gonna mix it up, mix it up. You're gonna mix it, guys. Just gonna mix from the bottom, you mix and you cut and you fold. I'm gonna use my hand mixer a little. Want to place it inside because you don't want it splashing up, and you're going to start it a little. So guys, this is a texture you're supposed to be having. You see? Not too thin, not too thick. So now we're gonna pour it in our grease line bun tin. Are we ready to bake? You don't want to fill the pan too much because the bun, it have a tendency to rise and it needs space. When it rises up, it needs space. I remember we're using baking powder, we're using this chemical baking powder. Guys, and as you can see, just want to clean the top here, a little spilt before we bake. And as you can see, look at it, guys, you can see all the raisin. If you look, you see raisin, all those rough patch is a raisin that is sitting on top. And you just want to top to release any air bubble. Some air bubbles. See that air bubble? You just want to top to release it. Beautiful people. So, as I said, it is a spice bun, so you don't want to have too much cherry sitting on top either. And we're ready to pop our bun into the oven. So now, my beautiful people, we're just gonna put this in the oven to bake. And the oven is already on at 350. It's gonna be in the oven 15 minutes at 350, and then I reduce the temperature to 325 for the next 45 minutes. And now you're gonna pop it in the oven. Good bad bun, and you just want to put it right at the front. You don't want to put it too far at the back. So here is it, right at the front here. You don't want too much heat on it. This is a honey, one tablespoon of honey and 1 tablespoon of dark sugar. To this, I just put it a little, as you can see, a little water. I'm just gonna stir it around. Let me get a little more water in this thing here. I just wanna let this from thick to just a thick syrup. Right now you can see it's thin. You don't want to leave this alone because it easily burns. So guys, as you can see, it becomes thickened. Just turn the stove off. You don't need more than this to glaze your bun. You see, it's a thick syrup. See? I'm just gonna remove the bun from the oven now and glaze it, and then I put back the bun in the oven for 5 more minutes. Beautiful people, now we glaze our bun. We're just gonna pop it back in the oven for 5 more minutes. How beautiful it's looking, guys. Put it in the oven 5 more minutes. Guys, I remove the bun. We want to test to see if the bun is baked. So how you're going to know if your bun is baked is with a toothpick. You take a toothpick and you insert it in all the way down, you see? And you lift your toothpick, see? The toothpick is dry. Simple mean our bun is baked. Hey, look how beautiful it looking, guys. So now I'm just gonna leave this alone and let it rest for at least 2 hours. Easter Spice Bun, it is cool, and it's time for us to do our testing or our tasting. So this is a bun. Guys, ain't it looking tasty? Now I'm gonna pour it, take it out, and you just wanna remove. So now I have removed the wax paper, and it's time for us to test. And now we're gonna cut in on our bun. You can cut very thin, or you can cut it thick. You can cut it to any your lightness. I cut a next slice and a next slice for you people to see how beautiful our bun is looking. Whatever, let me cut this one some more so it open up. See, this is our spice Easter Bun. Here, looking at it, our spice Easter Bun. So guys, you can always make your own bun, and you can substitute the milk for wine. So if you don't want to use the milk, you can always use wine. Red wine to make the bun. So guys, I hope you enjoy this Easter bun, spice Easter bun recipe. So please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you all for watching D Dan Kitchen.